What's up everyone, this is Tony with Journey Crypto. This is going to be our first ever Q&A video on this channel. So I did ask you guys to drop questions on Twitter. We have over 500 great questions. So I'm just going to go through the ones that I think are going to be most useful in general here. If you guys do want to skip ahead to a specific question, there will be timestamps in the video description. So before we get started, I do appreciate if you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit the bell to be notified when I release new crypto videos. I have some huge videos coming out later this week. So we just had a pretty big flash crash right now and it's already recovering pretty quick. I saw ADA at 72 cents here. So pretty interesting. I'll have to look into this further since this just happened. Litecoin went down to 192, already recovering here to 200. Pretty interesting. We do have a lot of altcoins here down 20%, some even down more. So hopefully this doesn't continue, but it's very possible. This is why I always say there's high potential of short-term dips and why I always have cash ready on the side to buy into these dips. Something else interesting here is Bitcoin is only down 1.8% compared to every other altcoin being down around 10 to 20%. Dogecoin even more here, down 32% on the 7-day, as I did warn in that last Dogecoin video I did. So if you guys haven't already, please follow me on my new Twitter account at TonySparkOG. I do regular updates here throughout the day and post crypto news and everything. So if you do want more regular updates, this is a great place to follow. So getting into the Twitter questions here, I'm going to go through as many as I can. I'm sorry I'm not going to be able to go through all 500. And I'm just going to try to do the ones I think are going to be most useful for you guys that are watching. So starting off, Tobias here, could you give us some personal background like family and jobs and age? So I was born and raised in Southern California. I've been self-employed since I was 18, only taking small jobs here and there as a second job for extra income if I wanted to invest or start a website or something. So even in my last year of high school, I was starting to learn web design and making some of my own websites. And I did start doing internet marketing from an early age as well. So in high school, I did play World of Warcraft, and something that did get me into cryptocurrency was World of Warcraft Gold, actually. So in high school, I was really good at working the auction house in World of Warcraft and flipping items in the game. And I ended up having a lot of gold, and I ended up being able to sell gold from flipping items for actual cash. So that was pretty interesting. That got me into web design and marketing and stuff. So that definitely got me my start. And then from there, I just branched out learning SEO, different types of internet marketing like social media and other things as well. So that's pretty much been my entire career. And I have been doing that over 12 years now, and I am in my 30s. So great question here from Bryant. Are you a full-time trader? And if so, at what point did you realize you were able to become a full-time trader? So I'm not a full-time trader. Most of my time goes into making these videos, working on other things on the side as well, like the crypto membership website. So I am going to be hiring a lot of people for this crypto membership website, technical analysis experts and everything, so we can cover as much ground as possible and I could bring you guys as much value as possible as well. So stay tuned for that. I will be launching the pre-sale coming up for that. I'll give you guys the date and time in an upcoming video here. And I will be launching the $25,000 cryptocurrency giveaway coming up in the next couple days as well. So I'm mostly a midterm trader right now, as you guys see with my Binance US trading series. I do trades on that every week or two, and I just don't have the time to constantly be doing day trading. I wish I did have more time for that because even trades I've wanted to do, I just haven't had the time to do them, and I've missed out on massive profits in this bull market. Flipping from cryptos that are in good profit into other ones that are high potential and have huge things coming up, I've definitely missed out on huge profits, but most of my focus is in bringing as much value to you guys as possible here on the YouTube, and I am going to be developing some crypto products later on as well. So if anyone out there watching this wants to become a full-time trader, you're going to have a lot of capital to be trading with. And even if you're making great trades, just the opposite could happen. There could be a huge dip, or you just make a bad trade in general and you lose a lot of money as well. But I do think throughout 2021, things are going to stay bullish in general. And there's going to be dips along the way, like we just saw right now with this small dip here. So next question here from Ricardo. What do you think of a series where you send your followers your trades in real time so we can do the same? So that's going to be one of the perks of the membership site. I will post everything I'm doing. If I buy a hidden gem, I'm going to post it As soon as I do that in the cryptocurrency membership site, there's going to be private chats and everything. So it is hard to keep everyone updated on this type of stuff in real time on YouTube. So that is one of the perks of the crypto membership site coming up. So we have a couple questions here on where I went to school and what are your thoughts on college in general, and did you go to college? So like I said, I was already doing web design and had multiple income streams in high school. I did start going to community college. I was taking web design, game design, and marketing. But it really wasn't going at the pace that I liked, and I quickly realized that a lot of the information was outdated, and I was learning much more relevant stuff on my own through Google and trial and error and using forums and everything. So I dropped out of college, and that was definitely a great move on my part. I learned much more, especially through trial and error. Actually creating my own websites and trying out marketing tactics ended up giving me a lot more experience and teaching me a lot more in general. So my thoughts on college are they're good for certain careers, but in general, if you're going to be doing an online career like web design and marketing and stuff, colleges aren't that relevant in my opinion. So it really depends on the person. Of course, certain people are going to do better going to college, but for someone like me that wants to learn at their own pace and get better trial and error, college definitely wasn't for me. So when are you planning to launch the pre-sale membership website and for how much? I will be launching the pre-sale for this in the upcoming week, along with the cryptocurrency giveaway I did mention. The price isn't set in stone yet, but it will be 60% off for the first year, and you'll get access to private groups and private chats and everything before the website even launches. And then basically your year won't start until the actual website is launched. So another question here on it, will your membership site be out this year, and could you tell us more about what it will include? So the official launch of the membership site will be launching in the next couple months. I've already worked out the website. I'm going to be designing the website myself, and instead of using Patreon, I'm going to use my own website and platform. I think that's much better, and there will be exclusive content on the website. There's going to be private videos that aren't posted on YouTube. There's going to be access to videos before they go live on YouTube as well. I'll do some exclusive series through this. I'm going to be hiring as many people as possible for technical analysis, passive income info, and I'll be adding guides and stuff as well in there. Also access to private groups on Telegram and Discord, where you can chat with other people from the membership group, and then share information on hidden gems and technical analysis. So next question, I'm a beginner. Do you have any idea where I can get some tutoring? So I do have a free cryptocurrency course on the Spark Learn platform. As you guys can see here, my course, Cryptocurrency 101 Buy, Sell, and Trade for Beginners, a 15 video course here that takes you through what cryptocurrency is, how to avoid scams and mistakes, and how to buy, sell, and trade as a beginner. Great information here. Definitely recommend going through this. If you're new to crypto, even if you aren't new, you could get some great knowledge out of this. I definitely recommend sending this to anyone you know getting into crypto as well. There's also 4 other free courses on here as well: DeFi for beginners, financial literacy, how banks work, investing 101. Some great info here. Spark Learn is trying to bring you guys as much value as possible for free. So all you have to do is go to the link in the video description, sign up for an account here, and then you can get access to all of these courses for free. So next question from Kiss, what was your biggest realized loss in trading so far, and how did you live through it emotionally? So one of my biggest losses, technically it wasn't a loss, it was a missed opportunity. I looked into Bitcoin mining when Bitcoin was only $30 back in 2013, I believe. Just crazy, the missed opportunity there. Now Bitcoin is up over 1000x. So just crazy there. Eventually I did start getting into Bitcoin slowly. I got some Bitcoin when it was around $200. And I ended up buying computer parts with that Bitcoin when it was around $200. I had around 1 Bitcoin. I bought some RAM and other computer parts with that on Newegg. So that was a huge loss as well. Also, I started dollar cost averaging into cryptos, mostly XRP, throughout 2017. I did have about 1 Bitcoin again that I got at the beginning of the year, around $1,000. And I ended up selling that around $3,000 because it was up 300%, buying some altcoins with that. And that was a huge mistake as well, because Bitcoin ended up going up to 20,000 at the end of that year. XRP, I dollar cost averaged that, and Ethereum pretty much all of 2017. XRP, $4,000 of that I had ended up going over $55,000, and that was the peak of the bull run. I was very busy at the time though, and everyone was in that euphoric phase and no one wanted to sell, and I just kept holding out because everyone said XRP was going to $10, and then it kept dropping, and then I was just holding out for it to start going back up again. And as you guys know, we went into the next bear market. That ended up going back right to where I bought in on my average, so it wasn't a total loss. I was pretty much even on that. I ended up selling that around 25 cents and buying BNB later on, which ended up going up a lot more as well, so I'm glad I did that. Also, I did get involved in one cryptocurrency that ended up doing a rug pull, and that was Pamp Network. As you guys know, I did do a video on that, and I did warn you guys on how high risk that was. Not only was it an anonymous project, it was also a project that printed new coins, but it did have aspects about it that I liked at the time, and I did take a risk with that. I ended up losing some money because someone on their team ended up taking all the liquidity from the project, so that was a pretty big loss as well. So you have to understand how high risk some of these altcoins are that you're going into. The smaller the cryptocurrency is, the higher risk it's going to be. So how I go into small cryptocurrencies like that, I expect to lose that money completely before even going into it. And to me, it's worth it because say you put $1,000 into a really small cryptocurrency that's brand new but has great potential and fundamentals. If that does a 100x, you now have $100,000. But if they do a rug pull and you lose that 1,000, you're only losing 1,000. So to me, it is worth it in my opinion. You can also spread this out. Say I did $5,000 split into 5 hidden gems. If only one of them made it and did a 100x, and all of the other 4 projects did a rug pull and I lost all that money, I would still be over $90,000 in profit. So that is how I like to look at it. So we're gonna get into some Cardano ADA questions now. Looks like ADA bounced up around 80 cents, starting to trend sideways. Do you think this is the floor? Obviously it wasn't, because we did dip below 80 cents, as low as 70 cents right now, but now it's actually back to 80 cents. So I do think this was a shakeout, and a lot of people got liquidated right now that had longs in on ADA. So I do think we're going to be recovering here. Depending on the news, if any bad news comes out, we could dip further, as I always warn. But I do think ADA around 80 cents, since there is major events coming up and major announcements coming up, that we will be breaking that $1 ADA resistance very soon as well, unless we get a massive dip with Bitcoin and Ethereum and something really bad happens in general in the news. Next question here, do you think it's clever to sell ADA around $1-2 and Litecoin at $400 to avoid a huge drop of them? I did dollar cost average like you suggested, ADA 65 cents and Litecoin $160. So it doesn't hurt to take some profits if you are happy taking profits at these prices. It could always go up more, it could always have temporary dips. You never know what's going to happen in the short term, but in the long term, I'm very bullish on these projects going up a lot throughout 2021. So another thing some people do is once they're up a good amount, they take out their initial investment. So whatever they have left, no matter what happens, they have their initial investment back. So all the coins they have on top of that is basically all profit. And then you can just let those coins ride as long as you want. And you can put them in staking and lending and earn passive income on it as well. So with projects, ADA and Litecoin, I'm very bullish on long term. So these projects, I'm just earning passive income on. If I do take small amount of profits, I only do so to swing trade with it, and I'll buy back in if there is a major dip. For instance, around $1 ADA, I haven't sold any, but if it does break $1 and moves upwards very quickly to $2, I may take some profits, sell around 5 to 10% of my ADA, and then if we have a temporary dip, I would buy back in and pick up as many more coins as possible. I have a video on my channel in the cryptocurrency guides playlist that goes over my exit strategy. I highly recommend going through that. That explains this question exactly, and it shows how I plan to sell my cryptocurrency in different chunks for optimal profits. you guys should definitely have an exit strategy planned out. So I will put a link to that cryptocurrency guides playlist in the top right of this video. If you guys are new to crypto, you can also check out those videos and my cryptocurrency course on the Spark Learn platform. Lots of great knowledge in both of those. So this is a good question. Which altcoin do you think will have better long-term gains? Cardano, Polkadot, or Litecoin? So in my opinion, Cardano I think is going to be the best for the long term. Of course, both of these other projects I'm also holding some of and bullish on, and I think all three of these will do great. In the short term, we don't know which one's going to go up the most, but for the very long term, even Charles Hoskinson, the CEO of IOHK, he has stated he could see Cardano getting to $1 trillion market cap and more alone, and that's massive profits and huge upside potential, as you guys can imagine. Hundreds of partnerships coming this year for Cardano. They're a major competitor to Ethereum, and Ethereum is having some major problems with gas fees right now. I just heard the gas fees on Uniswap were $175 right now. It's just crazy. Most people only trade a couple $100s worth of altcoins at a time, so they can't even consider buying or selling at that point. So I do think Cardano is going to take the spotlight from Ethereum. We're going to be seeing Cardano moving up drastically, in my opinion. Also, Cardano isn't listed on Coinbase, PayPal, and many other platforms as well. So that's opportunity for Cardano to get the spotlight once again. Lots of partnerships, like I did say. So I do think all these platforms will be listing ADA at some point in 2021 after the Goguen mainnet launches, because that is a major update and these platforms don't want to have to deal with the update. So listing after that major mainnet, I think, is very likely. So again, I think Cardano is going to be the highest potential profit out of these three, but being diversified doesn't hurt as well. Like I am diversified in all three of these. I think Litecoin could have some huge short-term gains as well, leading up to PayPal crypto merchant payments, as I have been saying. Next question here. Do you think with adoption growing more mainstream, this bull run will last longer? Or will the bear market be more brief before bouncing back? So I definitely think this bull market is much different than the last one. We have a lot more people entering the crypto space at this point. Not only that, but we have institutions actually buying Bitcoin at this point. And the last bull run, there was a lot of speculation about institutions getting into Bitcoin, and we really didn't see that play out. The crypto space was just not prepared back then. Binance, the biggest exchange now, was actually brand new around the peak of the last bull run. Their platform could not handle the amount of traffic we got. So this time around, it's much different in my opinion. If we look at crypto global market cap, something I do want to point out here is where we are right now around this peak we had at the beginning of January. I think that's very similar to right here in mid 2017. So if things play out similar and we continue moving up gradually, I do think we'll peak out eventually, and that could be around $7 to $10 trillion market cap if things play out the same way. So beginning of 2017, the crypto space was only around $15 billion market cap. Then mid 2017, we passed 100 billion for the first time, which was huge. Of course, we had a temporary dip here. Many people take profits and everything, but then the crypto space continued growing steadily. And then we had that massive FOMO, and retail investors were just piling in at any price. And we did peak out here over $800 billion. So I do think we're at a similar level here to mid 2017, where interest is really picking up again, not only with retail investors this time, but also institutions. Not only that, but we have stimulus packages being printed and business loans and everything. So we're also going to be seeing major inflation at the same time this time around. So I don't think it's over. I don't think we're going to be entering a bear market anytime soon, unless some catastrophic event happens, like we lose electricity or something like that. It's really going to take something really crazy like that to really kill the momentum of the crypto space right now. But of course, keep in mind, we could have a 30% pullback at any time, like we did have after this peak mid 2017, hitting 110 billion, then going down to 65 billion. So as you can imagine, that was a major dip at the time. A lot of people took profits, and it's going to be normal to see that in the short term here as well. People are going to take profits that invested throughout the bear market, and that's normal and expected. But I do think a lot of people will be reinvesting if we do have dips and everything. And dips are always going to happen. This space is very volatile, especially with new regulations and tax laws happening and everything. So do expect dips. This is why I always have cash on the side ready to buy the dips, and I really try to avoid buying peak prices at all costs. So it seems like crypto currently goes in cycles of having all-time high, then huge dip over the course of 3 years in a bear market. What market cap infrastructure do you think would be necessary to reduce this extreme volatility? Does the institutional support make crypto more stable? So yes, institutional support definitely makes crypto more stable, but I don't think enough institutions have gotten in yet to really create the stability needed, and institutions can always sell as well. So like we saw recently in the news, institutions now own 3% of Bitcoin's circulating supply, which is pretty huge. And I do think that will be growing throughout 2021, which will help create more and more support. So the market cap infrastructure needed, I think we're going to have to get over $10 trillion market cap for things to get less volatile in general. But there's always going to be volatility in crypto, especially until regulations are set in place. Until everything is done with that over the next few years, I think things are going to be very volatile in general. There's always going to be major dips with crazy news, and there's always going to be whales taking advantage of this as well, trying to shake out weak hands. So next question here, how do you manage so many different coins? How do you store them all in MetaMask, hardware wallets, any specific place for long or short term? So if you're doing short term trading, day trading, just keeping your crypto on a trustworthy exchange like Binance is generally what most people do. I also use MetaMask, Trust Wallet. There's many different wallets. Exodus wallet is good. Hardware wallets are recommended for crypto you want to store long term as well. And I do keep a lot of my crypto in staking. And then BlockFi as well has multiple layers of security, and you can earn interest through them as well by keeping your crypto there, which I highly recommend. Definitely sign up with BlockFi if you haven't already. There is a link in the video description. If you sign up with this link, you can get up to a $250 Bitcoin bonus, making your first deposit there. So that is recommended to earn some passive income on your Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and stable coins. You can also take out crypto-backed loans on here as well, which I have done. So in my opinion, it is good to spread out your cryptos in different places. Don't have it all in one spot. A lot of people are getting scammed right now using MetaMask and keeping all their cryptos in MetaMask, and then they connect to a bad website and all their crypto gets stolen. So definitely recommend going through my cryptocurrency course, like I did recommend on the Spark Learn platform as well. Next question, do you keep the percentage designated to your exit strategies on exchanges, or do you send the coins right before you want to sell? So this is a pretty good question. So generally, if you're getting pretty close to the price you want to sell, I would send that small percentage to exchange, have that ready, maybe even split it up and send it to a couple exchanges just in case the platform shuts down due to peak traffic, because we do see that many times. Coinbase and Binance shutting down temporarily because traffic peaks at all-time high, and then you miss out those peak prices. So I would send that small percentage to exchanges when you are getting close to selling that percent, and then keeping the rest in long-term storage or earning passive income through staking and lending. So next question here, which signs indicates the most that the bull market is over, and do you think that this year we're going to see a super cycle? I do think we're going to be headed into a super cycle if institutions keep buying in and we keep getting good news, as we have seen. Just the other day, we had Morgan Stanley and JP Morgan both stating that they will be getting into cryptocurrency soon. JP Morgan wants to see the crypto space grow more before they get in though. And I do think over 2021, we will be seeing that. Then JP Morgan will jump in and all the other big players. And that's when we're going to be seeing a super cycle like that. Of course, catastrophic event or something is always possible as well, or regulations or something that makes a huge crash. So it's going to be very different and harder to predict when this current bull market is ending, because things are much different this time. Institutions are piling in. We have more and more stimulus packages being printed and crazy amount of inflation that's going to be taking place over the next 5 years. So in my opinion, this next bull market is not going to end as drastically as the previous one. We're not going to have a major 50% or more crash like we did in the previous one. That's just my personal opinion though. I do think things will steady out, and then we'll be seeing steady growth like we have seen in the stock market and real estate markets as well. It's very possible we don't go into another major crash like we did previously, and things just end up going sideways for a while and then gradually growing here and there. So next question here, what is the best platform to buy cryptocurrency online? So if you're in the United States, I recommend Binance US. If you guys want to sign up for this, there's links in the video description. I do appreciate you guys using those links. Also, if you're global and you're not in the United States, I recommend Binance.com. If you guys use my link to sign up for that, you'll get trading discounts as well, and it does support the channel, so I do appreciate that. Binance is a great platform. They have been hacked previously, and they covered the funds that were hacked as well. Unlike other exchanges that get hacked and then they just end up shutting down, you never see your money again. Although it is still recommended to take your crypto off exchanges. Unless you're day trading with it, then it's kind of inconvenient. But I do recommend Binance, and then having a couple other platforms as well, like Coinbase or Uphold or other platforms that are good for cashing out crypto. It is good to have multiple platforms ready to go in case one or two of them shut down. So next question here, what are your top performing passive income methods in cryptocurrency? So my two top is going to be Cardano staking, and I use the Daedalus wallet for this. You can also use Exodus and a couple other wallets. You can earn over 5% on your ADA by staking it. Very great and very easy to set up as well. My other top method that actually pays more is BlockFi, like I did mention. And if you sign up with my link in the video description for BlockFi, you can get up to a $250 Bitcoin bonus on depositing crypto there to earn passive income. They have multiple layers of security as well. So I do highly recommend BlockFi. That's my top performing right now. Litecoin there currently earns 6.5% per year, which is huge. It's also compounding interest, so I do highly recommend looking into that. Next question here, what percentage of your money you would put just for a hidden gem? So I'd only put a small percentage, like I did mention, into hidden gems unless you have done your proper research and you really believe in this cryptocurrency. Then you can go a little heavier. I do have a video on this in my cryptocurrency guides playlist, link to that in the top right of this video. So can Polkadot raise to $100 in 2021? Is it valuable to hold? So you can stake your Polkadot DOT and earn some passive income on it. I definitely think $100 for Polkadot is possible throughout 2021, although I am more bullish on Cardano. Next question, what is your take on privacy coins, Monero and Verge XVG? So I'm not big on privacy coins. I previously was, but I've had bad experiences with them, and there's regulations coming into play. Governments do not like privacy coins. So if you do want a privacy coin out of the top 10, Litecoin actually is adding a privacy feature, so you can be public and private using Litecoin. Another reason why I'm bullish on Litecoin in general. Next question, new investor here. If you wanted to turn $10,000 into $100,000, what would your strategy be? So my strategy for this, I would do swing trading with altcoins based on major events coming up. And I do talk about this a lot on the channel. I'm also doing a cryptocurrency trading series on Binance US, where I actually started with $10,000 and I'm currently at $65,000. So getting pretty close to my goal of 100,000. Definitely check out that playlist on my channel if you do want to learn more and see the different trades I've done. So next question here, do you recommend buying Doge on the dip? So me personally, I'm not buying Dogecoin, even though Elon Musk keeps mentioning it. I think there's higher profit potential in other coins. So Doge is a meme coin, but I do think it does have the potential to have good profits in the future. But if attention dies off and Elon Musk stops talking about Dogecoin and other people stop pumping it and pushing Doge getting to $1, it's really going to drop off. And we actually saw Dogecoin drop have a pretty major dip out of the top 20 here. Yeah, it's down 20% today, getting back into the 5 cents range. So there's a lot of Dogecoin whales that are just dumping on everyone that's piling in. Eventually it does have the possibility to get to $1, but we're gonna have to be into the over $10 trillion global market cap, in my opinion, for Doge to get to $1. So in my opinion, there's much higher profit potential in smaller cryptocurrencies that are hidden gems, that have a solid team, building good utility, constant news, new crypto exchange listings, and different ways to earn passive income. So next question, this is my first year buying cryptos and I'm loaded on ADA and SRK. Do you plan on taking profits on these at the end of the bull run later this year, then buying again before the next cycle? So yes, of course, I'm always buying cryptocurrencies and I will never sell out of crypto completely. I believe in cryptocurrencies for the long term in the future, and I'm always going to be invested in cryptocurrencies. But of course, I will take small profits and do swing trading here in there as well. But keep in mind, depending when you do this, it's very hard to time. You could miss massive profits doing this. This is why I only swing trade with a smaller percent of my portfolio and what I'm holding in those coins. So 5 to 10% you could try swing trading with, but it's really up to you how much you want to risk it and if it's even worth it. For SRK, the gas fees can be pretty high, and depending on how much you're trading, it may not even be worth it. So like with ADA, you could have sold around 95 cents earlier this week and then bought the dip today around 72 cents. If you were able to time that correctly, of course, you never know when a major announcement is going to break, especially because we know Cardano has some major announcements coming, so that's always going to be high risk, which is why I only do swing trading like that with a small percent. So next question here, coming from the stock market, I've used most profitable way to investing being buying an index fund that tracks a wide portion of the market. What's the crypto equivalent? So as far as I'm aware, there's no crypto equivalent yet, but that's going to be very interesting when there is. And I definitely think that's needed in the crypto space for retail investors to feel safer and be more profitable in general, getting into cryptocurrencies. So that's definitely interesting. I am looking forward to something like that coming. Please let me know in the comments below if you guys know of anything like that in the works. Next question here, what source do you use and how to search for specific coin news? So you can find subreddits for each different cryptocurrency where you'll find news for them. You can also go on different news websites, and they'll usually have a category for each cryptocurrency where they'll post news for each one of those. Like Cointelegraph has subcategories for Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and everything. And you can find the most recent news there. You can also just search the keyword of the cryptocurrency plus news. So if you're looking for Cardano news, you just search Cardano news. So a lot of people are asking me when I'm going to be launching the 1K to 10K challenge series coming up, trying to turn $1,000 into $10,000 by swing trading altcoins. I will be launching that later this week here. I do have some other more important videos coming up, and I will post these videos immediately so you guys can get alerted. But keep in mind, it's not financial advice and it's not recommended to follow that. It's just to show you guys my journey and what I would do trying to turn 1K into 10K if that's what I was starting with by doing swing trading with altcoins. So this isn't really a question, but it is great for you guys to know. So many scam ERC20 tokens are being created daily. Meme coins, Elon Musk inspired coin, DOGE coins. These are made by a few scam groups in the crypto space. Just using Token Sniffer, one can see how many carbon copy contracts were made off of one coin. So this is very true. You guys got to be careful. There's going to be so many scammers coming out. As you guys can see on Telegram, there's people impersonating me, messaging you if you're in the Telegram. Admins will never PM you first in Telegram, so keep that in mind. They try to send you to a website that'll connect your wallet, and they'll completely take all your cryptocurrency off your MetaMask wallet. They'll also try to get you to send cryptocurrency for different things. So keep in mind, there's going to be scammers in the YouTube comments, on Twitter, in Telegram. There's going to be scammers creating scam cryptocurrencies as well. So getting into the crypto space, especially with things being so bullish and so much money going around, there's going to be more and more scams, and they're getting more clever by the day. So just be very careful, spread out your cryptocurrency into different wallets and things, and just be very careful with anything you do. So great warning here about the scams. You can also learn more about different scams in that cryptocurrency course I did tell you guys about on the Spark Learn platform. So next question here, how much more powerful will this bull run be? And do you think the top cryptos, Bitcoin, XRP, and ADA will hold their value better than this time compared to the previous bull run? So I do think this bull run's much more powerful. Not only do we have institutions getting in, like I've been saying and we've been seeing, but also we got major inflation coming. We got a lot more platforms getting on board, like Visa, MasterCard, PayPal have all announced recently getting into cryptocurrencies. So crypto has become much more accessible and will continue to become more accessible throughout 2021 and 2022. So last few questions for the day here on SparkPoint, since I have been covering that lately. I am a marketing advisor for SparkPoint as well. This project is growing very rapidly. I definitely recommend looking into SparkPoint SRK token. So I think your channel is great. Where do you see SparkPoint heading in the next 6 to 12 months? So I think SparkPoint is really getting on the map right now. The amount of holders has just doubled from around 5,000 to now around 10,000 holders, and the price has gone up 10x from that. And they're only just getting started. They do monthly roadmaps, which I haven't seen any other crypto project do. They're starting to get listed on major exchanges. They have their first major exchange coming up at the end of February. This will make SparkPoint SRK more accessible, and then after that they're planning to get more and more as well. They're also going to be getting a banking license in the Philippines, which will allow them to have fiat purchases in their SparkPoint wallet and possibly be doing cross-border payments as well. So massive things in the work with this project. It's still a hidden gem in my opinion. They just barely hit 100 million market cap for the first time, and there is a pullback. If you guys check out SRK here, so as you guys can see, it did go to over 1 cent in the last few days, but is having a minor correction now. This was just 0.0015, so it's up pretty huge. And the best place to get SRK right now is going to be Bitmart and the Uniswap, but like I said, gas fees are over $150 right now, so that's just crazy. So major exchange listings could definitely push this to new all-time highs. And that banking license and all the partnerships they're getting and everything, I think this project's only going to keep growing. They also launched a second coin, S-Fuel, as well, which is their DeFi token, which is basically just SparkPoint Fuel. And I do think this is going to have huge potential as well. This is on the Binance Smart Chain, so they should be getting listed on Binance from this also. So definitely huge potential. I think SparkPoint will only be growing in the next 6 to 12 months, hitting new all-time highs again, as long as the crypto space is growing in general, which it is. And then we have inflation kicking in. SparkPoint also does token burns at the end of every quarter, and they started with 20 billion tokens. They're now down to 14 billion, and they're looking to burn down to 10 billion in the next 5 years. So as demand grows, more and more holders get into this project. At the same time, the supply is constantly shrinking. That's just a great sign, in my opinion, that this project is going to continue growing. So what are the benefits of having SRK in an SRK wallet over having it in Bitmart? So having it in Bitmart is a centralized exchange where it could get hacked, and if it does, you're going to lose all your cryptocurrency. So unless you're just day trading, I recommend taking your SRK off of Bitmart and having it in the SRK wallet. I do recommend that. They have their own wallet, which they're constantly improving. They're also going to, you can also get it, puts SRK on MetaMask or Trust Wallet or Ledger Nano X hardware wallet as well. It is an Ethereum token, so you can basically use SRK on any ERC20 wallet. And your 1K to 10K series, will you be uploading as soon as you've made the trades, or will you trade live and keep videos in a playlist? So I will upload the video of my trades as soon as I do them, just like the other trading series on Binance US, and then I'll keep that in a playlist as well, just to keep you guys updated as quickly as possible. Next question here, what do you think the price of SRK will go up to this bull season? So I can't give any concrete price predictions, but I think SRK will be growing in general. So we have to look on Etherscan. We can see the amount of wallets just doubled from 5,000 to 10,000. Once I think that's around 50,000, I think the price is very likely to be 5 to 10 cents per SRK. And getting listed on Binance could really put this on the map as well, and all kinds of other big exchanges. So in general, it's going to keep growing, and the more holders there are, the more demand there's going to be, and more SRK token out of circulation. That means the higher the price will go as well. So I can't give a concrete price prediction, but in general, I do see SRK performing extremely well throughout 2021. Last question for the day here. After I stake SRK-ETH, am I able to take those funds out when I want, or are those funds locked up forever? If I want to take them out of staking, can you explain how? So you can take out your SRK staking from liquidity staking anytime you want. You have to do this on the Spark DeFi website. You get your LP tokens back, and then from that you can go to Uniswap and get your SRK and ETH liquidity back from Uniswap. So you can learn more about this. I recommend going to the SparkPoint Telegram and asking admins, and they'll be able to help you out. But keep in mind, admins will never message you first. There's a lot of scammers there waiting to take advantage of you and steal your cryptocurrency, and they impersonate admins as well, so just be very careful. So I hope you guys found this video useful. If you did, please like the video, comment below, and share this video on social media and with friends and family. If this video does well, I'll continue doing these videos once a week or every 2 weeks. So this video is much longer as well, so I do appreciate you guys watching all the way to the end here, and hopefully this video does do well and helps you guys out and answers a lot of questions. Again, thank you guys so much for watching this far. I do appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video.